Hello everyone. So in this lesson we are going to discuss about what Java is. But before I do express my experience on Java, I will explain something very unique. So once upon a time there was a man and he saw something very spooky. And when he found out what it was, he found it was Java. I'm just kidding. No, that's just fake. Very bad joke. I know, man. That's a very bad joke. Anyways, well, Java is a very good programming language, and the reason is because it was a very good programming language. I do mean it. I do mean it. In the early days, it was called as Oak, and in 1991, it was the programming language which was developed. In 1995, it became popularly known and was publicly distributed, which is widely used by many users today. That is Java. But why do people use Java in the first place? Because Java stands apart different programming languages. This is because Java is object-oriented programming language, which means that unlike C++, which is, do you remember, that not only is C++ object-oriented programming, but semi-object-oriented programming language, and also semi-procedural oriented programming language. So, and C is also procedural oriented language, by the way. Java is used by many users because it is simple and easy to use. And the reason is because while it does not contain pointers and it does not contain all those complicated things like C++ does, which makes it unusual for end users to actually access the memory, in any case, Java automatically does control allocation and deallocation of the memory, in which it does the garbage collection, in which you do not have to worry about the memory part. So how does Java work, and why is it portable? Why is it robust? Why is it so unique? And the reason is because Java has some other features as well, apart from setting its easy, cozy, simple style. And the reason is because Java supports JVM, which is also known as Java Virtual Machine. In computer systems, such as other computer systems called as Mac, Windows, Linux, Unix, whatever you name, you could actually code in them, which means you can actually change the way they work and change the way they perform. Java Virtual Machine is a kind of a software, but then again, it's a machine, but a virtual one, which sits inside an actual machine, like probably Windows or Unix, you name it. I mean, it depends upon your preference. And then what happens is that you could code in Java and get a console. While rendering, you get a code called as bytecode, having an extension of class. So any bytecode and then .class as an extension. This bytecode is used as an interpreter. Code is interpreted in the machine, I mean to say the original machine. The original machine takes the interpreted bytecode and then formulates another code called as the machine code. So don't get confused. The process is very simple. You have the Java virtual machine, which generates a bytecode, and this bytecode is converted to machine code with the help that the actual machine interprets the bytecode. That's how it is. I hope you get it. I do hope so. I mean, I hope it's not complicated. I hope so. And then it generates the output, whatever you want to see, That's some of the easy features that Java possesses in its power of whatever you call it. And then there is another thing as features in Java, which is called as threading. So threading basically is simple, unlike multitasking, which we all users do know that you can actually perform multiple tasking in computer systems. But Java performs one program and fragments it into multiple tasks or multiple processes, which basically increases the efficiency of the program flow to increase the way it works. And those segmented programs are called as threads, or multiple threadings. That's why we have threadings in Java. And Java can be used in multiple networks. It can be used for global purposes, and it has very different unique purposes as well, other than what I've just mentioned. Java is basically a higher level language, which means that you could actually talk to Cortana, like literally could talk to Cortana. I mean, no, you couldn't talk to Cortana that way, but you can talk to Java that way because Java supports a very, very different kind of system and approach for the users. And this is because this higher level language can actually communicate with lower level languages and finally get the system running, which means that if you want to get rubies and gems and pearls from the ground, you will actually have to, take a stick and throw it inside or dig deep inside to gain those. So the stick and where the area where you're standing is something called as a higher level language, and all the way down to where that stick meets at the end to grasp those rubies and gems, that point is called as a lower level language. So that machine can talk into complex languages unless and until you get your output. So thank you for watching and hope you have learned something. If you do have questions, please post in. I wanted to make this video short. I didn't want to make it long, but I had to speak very fast. So I do hope this works, and thank you for watching. Goodbye.